Chapter 2 How to Spot a Liar. Have you ever told a lie? Be honest and admit it to yourself. Like a lie that is so deep, you will take it to the literal grave. Or do you have a secret, maybe? If none of the above applies to you, at this point, I'm at a loss of words. Everybody lies, and everybody has a secret. I don't care who you are. If you disagree, you are completely full of it and should just go ahead and close this book. A willful, pathological liar will never admit he or she lies, especially the ones who constantly get away with it. For those who do, just know that a lie is like an object thrown in the air. No matter how high you throw it, it will without a doubt return to the surface of this earth on which we stand. Objects have a density as well as lies. The bigger the lie, the harder it falls. The smaller the lie, the easier lost. A balloon filled with helium, due to its density, will go up because the helium is lighter than the air, like a small or light lie. It may get away, however, let's change the circumstances. Now launch a rocket in the air, so it goes up as far as the eyes can see. Eventually, no matter how far that rocket goes up and out of sight, you better believe that rocket is coming right back down and faster due to its density. The same law exists with lies. The bigger the lie, the harder it comes crashing down. Sure, you may have it far out of mind and out of sight. However, that lie, because of its density, will return even harder to the surface of reality, either during your days here on Earth or after, which will affect your loved ones who carry the debt of lies you left behind. The human body responds through motion, hence body language. We have many triggers, physically and mentally. One can say, "I love you so much." It then releases an energy, a simple energy, a happy, uplifting energy. Just the thought of loving someone or the beginning stages of falling in love can blast you with energy throughout the day. Now, on the other hand, one can say, "I hate you. You're dumb. In fact, you're what stupid is." That can give you energy, all right. With resentment and hatred, some take that energy and turn it into art. Some will simply just walk over to you and punch you in the face. Some will seek revenge at a later time. These are some of many triggers that get the body going. Knowing a friend, family member, or even a coworker long enough, you know somewhat of not only their mood through tone of voice, but the motions of the body when speaking. Also, having a healthy understanding of how humans react to certain things could play a fundamental role in your life. If you are aware of body language and can detect when someone is being honest or lying, then you, my friend, have been paying very close attention to life and your experiences. When people lie, it is a trigger. They act a certain way. People who have lied like myself many times can spot a liar by looking into their eyes, focused, like a great thief would make a model detective. Sometimes I smile due to pressure when confronted with an urgent question or situation. It is how my body has always reacted, and I cannot help it. So, some people do grin, and it may seem like they are hiding something, but it may not be the case. Spotting a liar is easy. You must forget everything you know about the situation and focus. Follow your gut. Let the butterflies guide you. If you feel as though someone is lying without a doubt, then it is probably a true feeling. We all live by energy, and I can detect when someone is putting off the wrong kind of energy by bullshitting. We have the ability to use these senses. Open your eyes and consider theirs. Let them know you are listening to every word that flies off of their lips. Watch them carefully, because we have a very short time to live, and the last thing we all need is to waste our time with bullshit. Listen to these actor scientists on TV that just so happen to fit the stereotype of a mad scientist. Seriously, just take a look at them. Then look at people like Mr. Tesla and see what a real mad scientist look like. Read what these scientists have to say about the reality we are living in. Or you can just live your life without an explanation of what you are experiencing. You do not need anyone to tell you not to trust your eyes and trust what they say. Who gives these folks the right to tell you what to do, what to watch, what to eat, or what to listen to? They are in complete control. To enforce you to accept what they tell you, what you are experiencing and eyewitnessing, is an encroachment to your free will. Who decides why they have the right to ridicule and affect your life if you do not buy into their propaganda? Suddenly you're the enemy because you trust your eyes and not what they say. It's one thing to follow practical rules and laws, but to trust what they say as far as things we cannot see for ourselves, well, now we have a problem. We are not saying we refuse to pay the taxes you violently enforce upon us. We are saying, as Eddie Bravo says, show us some real pictures from space, please. Watch them closely. Listen to their snickers and giggles. They laugh at you while you sit there on your sofa and intake their programming. It is called programs for a reason. Females are programmed with feminine channels, and males are distracted with manly channels. There are so many different channels out there to distract you. They also call it channels for a reason, by definition. They have millions of shows, movies, events, and sports, so it can seduce billions of people who fall into whichever category you choose to indulge. They sit there and feed you just about anything you would pay for. These folks are extremely smart and extremely dangerous. With all fairness, it is not their fault, as well as it's not yours. The ones in control are too misled. When you get a chance, watch the Apollo 11 press conference. It should be well over an hour long, with 3 gentlemen sitting on stage seemingly terrified. Watch that video after reading this chapter. This can be your project to see the difference of when someone is being honest or just straight lying. Chapter 3. Use your senses. Senses, a faculty by which the body perceives an external stimulus. One of the faculties: sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. 5 elements. Let's break them down using our common sense. 1. Sight. You can see everything around you. Your peripherals, if used correctly, can be a great advantage for numerous reasons. Anyone who walks about life and does not use the sense of sight are already in danger. Your sight is fundamental to life itself. The eyeball is something that cannot be recreated. It's just an impossible task. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I will be the first to admit it. The eyes are mysterious, which is probably why the eye is one of the most branded body parts on Earth. Your eyes are the camera lens to the big show. Most were given such incredible and perfect sight to see the thousands of colors of the earth and experience everything in harmony with the rest of your senses, simultaneously, all at once. You have been given the opportunity with great eyesight and privilege to breathe life's air and explore the wonders of the earth. But instead, you just look at your phone all day. I know many people here on earth do not believe in the Grand Master, Alpha, Omega, Creator, God, Jehovah, Yahweh, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, call it what you must. There are many ways to praise our Creator, and if you do not believe in one, I completely understand. This book, however, is for everyone, so let's exclude all religious beliefs, hear me out, and conclude with an open mind in the end. With your eyes, you do in fact see the sun, moon, and stars move over you, correct? Now, like I said, forget about what you know for a minute. Hear me. Listen to me. I asked you a question. Answer it for yourself. Let go of your ego and pride and just answer it for yourself without what you have been told. What is the truth? The truth is that you see the lights in the sky move east to west and make various cycles throughout the year. Why do you think you are moving? You clearly see the luminaries in the heavens moving. I say heavens because that's what I decided to call the sky. You call it sky. By calling it heavens is by no means a religious quip. Stop thinking so hard and ask yourself how and why, and use your common sense. It's not easy to accept this truth, but you do not need a scientist to tell you what you see. It's one thing if it's a cell that requires a microscope or something in that nature, but the lights in the sky are clear to see. No special instrument is needed to see them moving. It's not fair to think that if you disagree with their science, they ridicule. Nature is everything natural. I have experienced nature with my own eyes and cannot detect any movement of this earth. Instead, I see with my own 2 eyes the sun hustling, the moon Sunday driving. A third object is a debatable subject, and I am sure I have enough reason to think so. The stars take forever to move. However, they do work like a watch. Sun time of day, moon time of month, stars time of year. I see that with my own eyes, not know it because what you enforced. You get 0 credit for that one. Number 2, smell. You can smell just about anything, unless you're anything like me who suffers from chronic sinusitis, making it rather difficult at times to detect certain smells. However, it then causes me to become very sensitive to harmful things like mold, which is a good thing to detect. One can easily smell when dinner is being prepared. I say that with confidence, being that I smell dinner cooking as I type. Even walking by a tempting fast food restaurant, your sense of smell builds anticipation, like longing for the taste of the dinner being prepared. It then heightens your hunger, and if anything, if you have not eaten throughout the day due to a busy schedule, then in some cases you might just feel as though you are starving or famished, as some would say. Smell can be tricky, however. Through experience, I have learned certain chemicals can give you a bitter stomach we all have experience and know how to avoid. Certain smells, like when pumping gas or even certain foods, can cause an unwanted reaction. Smell causes triggers. A simple scent can take you back to the fields of time and help reinforce your memories along with the rest of your senses. Smell can also save your life in dangerous situations like smoke from fires, toxic chemicals, and much more. In some circumstances, you can smell danger like the smell of nearby dangerous animals. I am in no way trying to patronize my audience, however, we must go through this practical process of how sensitive your body is. The sense of smell is sensitive enough to put you in a trance and calm state of mind, like lavender, which is famous for the relaxing reactions it gives your body as well as the scent of a woman or a scent of a man. For sure, you can smell the difference between a clean and dirty environment. You don't need to see it. You can be blindfolded and know it. One can say while your vision is impaired that in a clean and safe environment, while everything may be as said, I beg to say some things are just not what they seem. Whilst blindfolded, I was told I am in a wealthy environment with beautiful landscapes maintained with safety and cleanliness. I cannot confirm the landscape or the safety of the environment, however, my experience tells me otherwise. My common sense and experience tells me that we are not in a clean environment due to the fact it smells terribly, which leads me to question everything else, thus making me skeptical of your next and final words. Number 3. Sound. You can feel and hear sound. However, this part is dedicated to using your ears. This, like every other sense you have, plays a huge role in your life. You can hear so many things in life and even measure distances through sound. Each sense can be heightened by disregarding the other, like closing your eyes and just listening to the earth which surrounds you. Earth as in all living things. The sense of hearing can save your life as well, make you angry or easily irritated. It can bring joy by trigger words or moans, or cause a heavy amount of anxiety. This is my personal experience in life, and I want you to use yours. Without being completely full of yourself, why don't you grab a piece of paper and take a second to go through the 5 senses I mentioned to open the chapter, and with your experience, write down where you can benefit from your senses. See how intelligent you are without recalling what you learned in school, and use what you have experienced, even if it makes no sense to you at the moment. Just exercise your right to know and experience it. Number 4, taste. A very important sense like any other. Taste obviously brings in the paint to the art. The flavor of life lies upon your tongue. What a wonderful earth we live on, with so many different flavors one couldn't possibly be bored of anything of what the food industry provides. At least here in the United States of America. We have stores that are not even big enough to house all the varieties of food we offer from all around the world. Our bodies are extremely sensitive to flavor, from a squeamish reaction to a fresh lemon or a sickening reaction to licorice candy. Some may find it rather difficult to eat liver. I find it atrocious. However, millions if not billions of people enjoy the meal. Some may argue that there is no one on this plane that could turn down grits or even jello. I, however, can't seem to stomach neither. Tasting something can lead to facts on which you are looking for disclosure. Like, is this food any good? Well, there's only one way to find out, because it doesn't smell bad. Then to find out that it was not so great, and not only the taste was awful, but the texture did not match what was anticipated, leading us into the 5th fundamental sense of the human body. Number 5, touch and feeling. In my opinion, this is the mother of all senses, the most fundamental sense a human can have. Imagine living without feeling. I feel as though life would be done with. And many of us humans have either experienced numbness or unfortunately still are. I am super sensitive to anything touching me. It is involuntary. I cannot help it. When someone puts their hands on me, other than a female that I am with or attracted to, I cringe when someone pokes me or touches me in a sensitive manner. Like, passing their fingers on my skin smoothly can make me react a certain way, especially if I do not know you. A touch to the skin can cause many different emotions. You can feel anything on earth against your skin, even a mosquito if paying attention. However, mosquitoes are super light in density and they sure do get away with biting me throughout the year. Wind is an easy thing to detect as well as water. We feel just about everything, including negative and positive vibes, streaming through our blood. As an intelligent human being on this earth that has paid very close attention to your experiences, wouldn't you know by now what you experience is real? As a human, you are intelligent. The only thing that makes you feel unintelligent is when someone downplays you, grade or judge you, determining on how much you know about what they know. It now becomes a competition. However, for example, you may be more intelligent than me in computer science, but I may be more intelligent than you when it comes to survival. Here's the problem. You cannot determine someone's overall intelligence because they fail in a subject you've mastered. If you so feel as though you are a master in all because you mastered in one, well, you have it all wrong and probably already closed this book by now. Following the first statement in the previous paragraph, yes, you are an intelligent human being. If you can do all of the below by yourself in order, wake up and crawl out of bed, not literally, make it to the restroom that you are another human built and use it to its utmost potential. Wash your face and brush your teeth if you even. Aim for the fridge and decipher in your mind which items to avoid. Then you probably ask yourself, why is it there if I cannot eat it? Prepare some coffee or hot tea. Jumpstart your reasoning. Make your bed if you ever. Check your phone for the 8th time. Then check your phone one more time to make sure you didn't miss anything. Now you just realize you did not work today and feel more awake than you were 10 seconds ago. You were too tired to go to work and now you're pumped full of energy, or just because you're off, you might just jump back into bed like most of us do. Or you're going to jump on your beach cruiser and ride around after throwing on some flip-flops. You're hungry now, so you stop in a restaurant and order some food and start a conversation with a stranger. Or go back to bed because you're just over life and how terrible it has treated you. The point here is that everything you did above is how you felt, what you wanted to do, and having the ability to make choices makes you an intelligent living being on this earth. No animal can do such things, but you can. What else does the earth need besides these simple things in life? All we are doing is destroying it, running out of resources as far as the resources we know about, not using resources for what it should be used for, hence wasting it. We have destroyed this earth, and I hold myself responsible as well as I am guilty. But are we? Are we guilty from being robbed of what we wanted? Robbed of the real purpose in life? That is, if there is a purpose. Who truly knows? Eric Dubay says, and I quote, "We have been robbed of our common sense and experiences." Indeed we have. We are told that we are moving but cannot detect any movement. No sound, wind, tremors, nothing. Yet most of you say we are in fact moving, and it has been proven. It's funny how the direct majority of everything in existence can be felt and experienced, except this. We can sense everything through the 5 major senses, whether you can use one or the other, or all 5. We can sense it. We can sense liars, but most of the time, if you're passive, you would just go with it to avoid conflict. You can sense that something is wrong with society, but you just go along to avoid losing the very last thing you have because time is pushing, that sun is running, and it will all come to an end one day. That day is near. Nothing in your senses tell you, nor feeling, nor hunch, no nothing, make you sense the world is spinning through a vacuum of space, rocketing through a solar system, shooting past galaxies. Nothing gives you a sense of such nonsense. You only know these things because you choose to believe what you have been told with 0 proof, only in a textbook. You probably one time in your life wanted to question things, but most likely saw another kid get bullied for wearing Payless shoes, who was then heavily ridiculed. So imagine having a different opinion than what these scientists and heroes say. Like the man who landed on the moon. He was a hero. Did he land on the moon? Whether you think you have facts about it, I choose not to believe it because I have a deep feeling it was a poor product, and I ain't buying it. With most humans, there is only one vital thing that leads to an absolute dead end. That is your ways of thinking. You are not allowed to think in today's society. They say, use your head with anger and judgment. But then when you decide to do just that, they then say, what are you, stupid? Why would you do or think that? Just listen to me. So now I have to use your head instead of mine. Interesting. Then when something else goes wrong, we now go on repeat and get yelled at again with the use your head statements. It goes around and round. If only you can allow me to think for myself without judgment, I would have avoided the mishap by using my own senses, not yours. Do not ignore your senses. You were created with feelings for a reason. Follow them. Follow your heart and intuition. But do not become easily consumed of what you want and what you are capable of having. I can go a lot deeper than just keeping it brief. However, this book is a simple and practical guide deviating from the final conclusion of the school system or indoctrination camps. Why does science have to have all the answers for everything? You do not have to know everything to be intelligent. Intelligence is not a race. Instead, we as intelligent humans should grow together, not leaving anyone behind. It breaks my heart to see people so proud of what they have become, looking down on others. Okay, you have a 6-figure job. That's awesome. But don't downplay another because you have what they want. They may be a better person than you overall, with a healthy mind, body, and spirit. So don't treat them any less. A dollar amount does not determine your level of intelligence. Intelligent races are strong. You can see it with your own eyes. Take a look at family environments and watch how tight some families are that are in touch with each other, knowing because you see that they have no devices in their hands. Instead, you see them playing with their hands, moving their feet, using their senses to play, shopping and engaging in conversations. To end this chapter of your senses, while driving a vehicle, common sense would tell you to slow down and take it easy when it's raining. But when you lose your critical thinking and detach yourself from the natural world, your senses are left behind with it.